Okay, so let's take a look at how you can set up Fedora Linux on Google Cloud platform. So first thing we will be doing is setting up Google Cloud account and create one project, enable the billing, and you will have dashboard that looks like this. Now from this point onwards, we can go to create our VM in Compute Engine. So open the top navigation menu, and here let's find Compute Engine. So that is at the top. Okay, so VM instance, click on that, it should take you to that particular page. Now on the left hand side you will find all the available options for virtual machines. In instance part you have top option with link create instance, right? So now the thing is, we click on that, it will show you the options to create your instance. You can use new VM instance option to create everything from scratch. Then you have template option. If you already created any template, you can retrieve that. Then there is also from machine image. So if you uploaded your own ISO, you can also build VM instance on that. There is also marketplace to pick a specific item and then create and run its instance, right? So in our case we will create our instance name dev fedora, right? Once we create the instance name, next is choosing the label. If you are organizing your resource, you can use this. Next thing, we will also take a look at the region, right? So in this case I'm using US West 4, which is cheaper for me. Mostly the Asian and European servers are expensive, so I will be going with this data center, right? Next is choosing the general purpose machine, where you can pick the series, right? C3 to N2, N2D and so on. You pick what's applicable in your case. Next is, we will also choose machine type, where you can have micro, small and medium options, right? And let's see, if I pick the 2 vCPU and 4 GB, it should cost me 27 or so. Now I can enable device for screen capture, recording, etc. There is also confidential VM service I can enable for keeping things secret within my VM instance. Next is container, which I can use to deploy container image. Next is boot disk. So this is where we choose our Linux instance, right? So click on change, right? At the top you can see the operating system option. I will choose Fedora. Then we have to pick the version. There is cloud option, then you get to pick the published dates are like this. So I will choose the most recent 23, so that should be in 4/13, so it's April 13. That update we can accept. There is 10 GB worth of disk attached. I will select this. Now it will reflect here. Let's see if price changes or not. So there is a price that remains the same because it's 10 GB, which is allocated by default as it is. So if it increases to 20, it will affect our pricing. Now identity and API access, I will keep the default and not change them. Then comes firewall. So enabling this will help you later as well as you set up your web server, right? So you can enable that right now. Then there are advanced option I can push for. So networking, here you can see all the default options in networking that you have enabled. Now after this, okay, now let's move on to networking part. I'll be keeping with the default actions that we need, so let's stick with that. Next is choosing the disk. You can add additional disk, but that will also reflect the price, right? So you will have to check that. Next comes security. If you want to add your own SSH keys, you can do so. You can simply add item, add your own SSH keys. Otherwise Google Cloud will take care of that part and you don't have to do anything as such. right? There is also some defaults enabled, so keep them as is. Then comes management part. Now the management part is where you will see policies, along with one more important part is deletion protection. If you want to keep your VM instance running, then make sure to enable deletion protection. Otherwise, make sure to disable it, because once the use is complete, you can delete that VM instance to avoid being built. So after this is our metadata. So if you choose to add any custom metadata, for instance, just like you did for SSH key, you can add item here as well. Now finally, there is no option for sole tenancy, so we can skip. The policy is currently chosen by default, we will let them as is, right? Now one more thing is looking at the pricing summary. Our price remains unchanged. We have Fedora Linux chosen as our option for operating system, right? So our goal is to create this instance, and once created we will be able to see what's inside that instance. Along with, we will have to connect to that instance through SSH, right? So we will do that. So next thing is click on create. So as you see here, the instance is currently being deployed, and once it is available it will say it is running, right? As you can see, it is running now. So I will just click on the instance so we can explore. So if we scroll, all the basic information configurations will be available, along with networking part, networking interface part, boot disk, and so on, right? So you can explore that, right? And next thing is, as you can see, if you enable the capture device option, this screenshot option is also available. All the screenshot will be visible here. So whenever you take a screenshot, it will be available for that instance and time there. Now next thing, we also have to go back and use SSH option to open in browser window. You can also do this by going through your main dashboard where you have your instance listed and there is option for connect. So you can use browser window or external client, and also view this in gcloud or on custom port or through different private SSH key. So you pick what you want, then let's wait for this to load. So what it will do is, basically it will connect you to VM using the generated SSH keys, then it will open it in terminal view, so your Fedora will be accessible like that. As you can see, the name of our machine, then my username. Let's see, if I type in ls CPU to get the CPU information, you will find information Intel Xeon 2.2 gigahertz, right? So that data will be visible here. Next thing is using lsblk, and you will get your hard disk information as well. There is also USB info. I don't think we need that because usually server have disabled USBs. Apart from that, we can also use free command to check how much memory is free and available, right? There is also sudo command, sudo dmi decode and -t, and then we get system info and show you some information regarding your system, referring to Google Compute Engine and so on, right? So pretty much we managed to create our instance of Fedora on Google Cloud's Compute Engine. So we created a VM instance, we imported the Fedora specific edition 38 for that matter, and then we managed to install it we gave it some specific resources like 2 CPU and 4 GB memory, and we have our instance.